Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to Card Making Project 622 with our Anna Griffin goodies. Now this is actually part one of a two-part card tutorial. In the second part we're actually going to make the card and it's going to be the Anna Griffin Poinsettia pop-up card. In this episode we're going to make the poinsettia for the card. I've done it separately for the simple reason that in part two it's going to be quite a long one because we're going to look back over the year at some of the tutorials, and I thought it might be just nice to split it to show you how to make the poinsettia and then what we can do with it to make the actual card. So when you've watched part one, watch part two as well, because that's where all the reviews going to be, etc. before Christmas. And then if you're only watching part one, this one, I shall be back on the 8th of January 2021, and let's hope 2021 is a damn sight better than 2020. So let's make our poinsettia. Now I've got the Anna Griffin Poinsettia pop-up card making kit. So the poinsettia that's in the kit is the same as the die. So if you're having trouble with your die or you don't know which bit goes where, it's the same principle. So it's going to work whether it's the actual images you've got from your card making kit or the ones that you've die cut. So you pick out the base of the poinsettia. So this base has 2 holes cut at either side, and on the back it says D. Now there are instructions on the back and it says this is the final step, etc., because this is the section that you're going to actually mount onto your card. But this is the base of the poinsettia. As you go along you'll see what I mean. So you're going to need to pick one of these. In the kit they're actually all, you know, there's pink, there's ivory, there's red, so you can mix and match or you can make them all the same colour. So next, you're going to want the next size down, and this has A on it, and D on the back, E on the top. You're going to want one of those in whatever colour you select. You're then going to want the next size down again that has B on it, and again on the back it says E. Then you're going to want the smaller section, so you want the kind of like the stamen for the poinsettia. Now I've already got 3D foam on the back of mine because I'm all prepared. It says F on the back of that section, and then last this says C. Now I don't know if I'm going to make this right in the right order, but all I can say is the finished result looks great. So we're going to start off and we're going to piece it all together. Now I think you're going to want 2, maybe 3 extra items. You're definitely going to want your bone folder. You're definitely going to want some really strong glue or really strong tape to be able to fasten it together. And I think it's kind of like trial and error to begin with that first one for whatever adhesive you're using. So I'm working on just a piece of paper that I've covered with wax paper so nothing sticks to it. So I'm going to take the base and I'm going to start by folding it and then using my bone folder. So I'll just move that out the way for now. So literally going along that edge where the fold is ready with the bone folder. So then I'm going to take the section that says section A and I'm simply going to fold where the score lines are. I haven't done this yet because I wanted to do it all from start to finish on the video. So we literally just go round and fold the score lines and the tabs and then the A tab as well. So just make sure they're nice and folded. Now I've already got my adhesive on here. If I wasn't filming it, I would use my bone folder for the scores to make sure they're nice and sharp. but I'll get into a bit of a mess if I start trying to use that now with already having the tape on it. So the first thing we do with this is match A to the A on the back. So you can see how A covers A, and I know that's upside down, but I'm trying to show you it all step by step. So that fastens over the top. The two flaps, ensure they fold inwards, and then we can check that that's going to fold. Now it's not going to be a perfect fold because it's a pop-up, so it's going to be slightly off a little. Next, we're going to take our base poinsettia and we're going to thread the tabs through the hole on the base. Now bear in mind I've already got tape on mine. So at this point you will thread them through, and then you will add your glue or whatever adhesive you're going to use, and then fold D to D like that and fold it over. And then you're going to do the same at the other side, D to D. So when you look at it from the front, you've still got the two slots at either side, and it still folds over. I'm going to use my bone folder again for that score, and then I'm going to go to the next layer. Again, I'm going to now fold the petals just slightly where the score lines are, and again, if I hadn't put the tape on, I would use the bone folder to help. So this one says B, and on the back it says B, so we're just going to marry B to B like that and press it down, and we're just going to check it folds nicely. We've got our tabs here that we're now going to put through the holes and the slots that are still on the base poinsettia. So we'll put E through and then the other side. There we go. And I'm going to turn it over flat, fold it together. So I'm going to press E to E like that and turn it over, and again E to E. I'm going to use my bone folder, just press that down, and you can see how now it's starting to take shape. Next, I have the stamen. Now this is the bit, I'm doing it this way. If it's the wrong way around, it's the wrong way around, but I like it this way, and I'll show you a finished result when we're finished. Now at this point you can either use glue or tape or 3D foam, and where the F is on the actual stamen, you fold that over and then add it into the centre. Now I found the best way to do this is just positioning it through that centre fold and fold it together, and then when you open it, it's there. Now I've got to be honest, I would use some wet glue now, but we haven't got time to wait for it to dry, so I'm keeping going with the tape, but I would use some nice strong wet glue for the centres and then wait for it to dry just a little while before I start putting it in my card. I don't think I'd use hot glue because of just the weight, and we've got quite a lot of bulk when we fold the pop-up together. But, you know, whatever works for you. So the last section of my poinsettia is, as I've created, it's like a middle section that stands proud. So it says C on it, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the C to the back of the C on it, like so, and then fold it over like that, and then this section again I would use wet glue for those little tabs, but then we pop that over the top of the previous layer to stand up like so, and that will all fold together, and then it will act as our pop-up in the card. Now the one that we're going to use in our card, I've already gone ahead and created it, and I've added just a little bit of glitter. So the one we've made is exactly the same, but this one's dry with the glitter. I've just touched the edges and some of the veins of the poinsettia with glue, and then added some transparent glitter just so it catches the light a little bit. And that's how we make the poinsettia for the actual pop-up card that's going to be in part 2. Now I'd really appreciate it if you watch part 2, because I think you'll enjoy it. It might be one that you need a cuppa and kick off your slippers and sit back and watch, because we've got a review of the year, and you know, I just think it's nice to look back at everything we've created. Now if you don't go on to watch part 2, I'd just like to say thank you for watching now and throughout the year, and check my blog out for all the details. Find me on Facebook, let me know what you think, and give me the thumbs up. And I would just like to say thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in part 2.